Good evening, everyone. Notice of this meeting stating the date, place, and time has been disseminated as required under the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975. Copies of the agenda are also posted on the city's website and Linden TV for the public. This meeting is now called to order. Mr. Clerk, can you please conduct a prayer and flag salute?
God of the universe, look thou with favor upon these here assembled, and bestow thy guidance upon the members of the governing body in their deliberations. This we ask in thy name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In the event of an emergency, the proper method of exiting the council chambers is through the 3 doors in the rear of the room. Occupants should proceed down the staircase, out the front door, and move away from the area of the front steps. Any member of the public wishing to speak during the public comment session at the end of the meeting, please sign in on the white sheets provided in the front of the room with your name and address. Please turn off all cell phones or place them on vibrate. If you wish to take a call, please leave the council chambers to do so. Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Mrs. Ormond.
Here.
Javik.
Present.
Caldwell.
Here.
Mohammed.
Excused.
Rivas.
Excused.
Roman.
Present.
Strano.
Here.
Blaine.
Excused.
Medina.
Here.
Hudak.
Excused.
Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Here. Okay, can we please have approval of the public session minutes of January 17, 2023?
Council President, ask for approval of regular meeting minutes of January 17, 2023. Request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond.
Yes.
Javik.
Yes.
Caldwell.
Yes.
Roman.
Yes.
Strano.
Yes. Oh, wait a minute, no, I'm going to abstain. That's the minutes, I wasn't here. Does that mean that I have to not second that as well?
No, you can second.
Yeah, you can second.
Okay. All right.
Medina.
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Yes. Okay, we have a few presentations this evening. We're going to start first with resolutions honoring Philip Salek and Peter Jarzub, who are members of the Linden High School swim team. We're going to acknowledge their accomplishments. We're going to ask you both to please come up. All right, we have a resolution recognizing Linden High School swim team member Peter Jarzub. Whereas Peter Jarzub lives in Linden with his father Andrew, mother Dorota, and sister Eva, and is a junior at Union County Vocational Technical School. And whereas Peter began swimming at the age of 5 at the Rawway YMCA, at 13 he joined the Jersey Gators in Cranford, New Jersey, where he swims competitively and is a member of the Linden High School swim team. And whereas, under the direction and dedicated guidance of head coach Nicole Gelfand and assistant coach Rebecca Vertola, Peter Jarzub had a very exciting and successful season. And whereas, on January 22nd, 2023, Peter represented Linden High School at the Union County Championship. He won the gold medal in 100 freestyle with a time of 48.80, silver in 50 freestyle with a time of 22.25, and qualified for the New Jersey State Championships, which will be held in February. And now Now therefore be resolved that Derek Armstead, Mayor of the City of Linden, and members of the council do hereby congratulate Peter on his successful swimming season, and is signed by me as Council President and Mayor Derek Armstead. And we also have a resolution here for Peter from the Union County Board of Commissioners as well. So we congratulate you, Peter. It's so nice to see the swim team with their successes. It's been many years since we've seen this in Linden. So, you know, we have a wonderful football program, basketball program. So it's nice to see other sports being recognized. So did you have your other competition yet, or?
It's in first weekend of March.
Okay, so we wish you luck again. Peter is also one of my former CCD students, so very proud of him. So, ready to come over? All right, now we'll acknowledge Philip Salick. Am I saying that correctly? Okay. Whereas Philip Salick lives in Linden with his father, Wojtek, mother, Marta, and brother, Felix, and is a junior at Union County Vocational Technical School Academy for Allied Health. And whereas Philip began swimming at the age of 5 at the Rawway YMCA. At 11, he joined the Jersey Gators in Cranford, New Jersey, where he swims competitively and is a member of the Linden High School swim team. And whereas, under the direction and dedicated guidance of head coach Nicole Gelfin and assistant coach Rebecca Rottola, Philip had a very exciting and successful season. And whereas, on January 22nd, 2023, Philip represented Linden High School at the Union County Championship. He placed third in the 100 fly with a time of 54.01, and third place in the 100 breaststroke with a time of 100.82. And now, therefore, be it resolved that Derek Armstead, Mayor of Linden, and the members of council do hereby congratulate Philip on his successful swimming season, and signed by me, Council President, and Mayor Derek Armstead. And we also have for you a resolution from the County Board of Commissioners. So, congratulations, Philip. Want to come back in and take one with both of you? Please. Yeah, Phil. Okay, thank you. We wish you best of luck. Maybe in the future we'll see some Olympic champions from Linden in swimming. So it's very nice to see. Congratulations.
No, we probably, want me to read them down there?
1 second, please. Okay, we also have a resolution for Black History Month. So I'm going to ask Councilwoman Lisa Ormond to please read that. The mayor is excused this evening.
Thank you, Council President. Whereas the history of our nation and state is inextricably linked to the heritage of our country's Black Americans, and whereas the history of Black Americans is the story of extraordinary individuals whose achievements have set examples for citizens of all races, who dedicated their lives to creating a nation where all people are created equal. And whereas in 1926, Dr. Carter Woodson, an African American who completed his PhD from Harvard, started Negro History Week to focus people's attention and to bring notice to the role and contributions of African Americans in American history, which in 1976 was changed to a full month to celebrate Black History Month. And whereas Black History Month is celebrated on the of the community to remember all African Americans who made a great change in the life and outlook of all of our citizens. And whereas the history of New Jersey has been enriched by Black New Jerseyans whose achievements have set the higher standards for people of all races, and is also the story of countless nameless heroes. And whereas Linden's history is rich with many Black Americans who have contributed not only to the city's progress, but also the progress of the state of New Jersey and the nation. Now, therefore, let it be resolved that the City of Linden urges all of the citizens of the City of Linden to reflect upon the many contributions that Black Americans have made to this city, state, and nation, and to participate in the activities and programs that are held in observance of Black History Month. And be it further resolved that the mayor and council president of the City of Linden pay tribute, acknowledges the bravery, sacrifices, and accomplishments of Black Americans by declaring the month of February 2023 Black History Month. It is signed and passed by Council President Michelle Yamakaitis and Mayor Derek Armstead, approved on February 22nd, 2023.
Thank you, Councilwoman Ormond. Okay, before we move on, I totally forgot that we have a commissioner in the house here tonight. He's been here for so many years, our city clerk, Joe Bodak. So I'd just like to ask Peter Jarzup and Philip to come back up. Mr. Bodak's going to go down. He's one of our county commissioners. Sorry about that, Joe. So used to you. Yeah, Mr. Commissioner. The county resolution is from Mr. Bodak and.
Just on behalf of the Board of County Commissioners.
Okay.
On behalf of the Board of County Commissioners, with these two gentlemen and their outstanding accomplishments, I ask that we recognize it, and the board concurred with that, and we have the two resolutions that were presented tonight marking these as accomplishments for these young men.
Yeah, thank you.
Hang on, Lisa.
Let me go on here. See you guys take the state championship. We'll get the governor here next time, okay? Thank you, guys.
Michelle, wait. Michelle.
Wait. Thank you.
Council President, if I may?
Yes.
I, Philip and Peter, had the honor of being the first class out of AIT in 2006. And my brother was the first class out of Magnet back in, I don't want to date him, but 2002. Phenomenal education you're going to get there. And who knows, maybe one day we'll see you guys up here. So congratulations.
They're going to do the Olympics first, John, okay?
Thank you.
Congratulations again. Okay, we're going to now move on to ordinances on hearing. Okay, we're going to start with ordinance 67-3.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7, Traffic, of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7, Traffic, shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. Chapter 7, Traffic, 7-33, Handicap Parking Regulations, 7-33.1A, Handicap Parking on Street, add 1305 Bauer Street, 1 parking spot, 209 Buchanan Street, 1 parking spot, 130 Coolidge Street, 1 parking spot, 42 East Morris Avenue, 1 parking spot.
Okay. Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, thank you, Council President. I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 67-3, adopted, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
yes,
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 67-4.
An ordinance to amend an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance Establishing a Schedule of Titles, Salary Ranges, and Regulations for Maintaining the Classification and Salary Standardization Plan of all employees of the City of Linden," passed August 15, 1995, and approved August 16, 1995.
Okay, Councilman Javik, we have an amendment on this?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to make a motion to amend this ordinance due to a typographical mistake. Two of the line items in Salary Ordinance 67-04 are incorrect. I move to correct the following line items in the Salary Ordinance. Line number 190 for the position of Recreation Leader, part-time. The correct salary range should read a minimum of $15 an hour to a maximum of $22 an hour. Line number 198 for the position of Recreation Supervisor, part-time. The correct salary range should read a minimum of $22 an hour to a maximum of $25 an hour. The city attorney has ruled the amendment to be de minimis, and I request a second.
Second.
This is on the amendment
On the
only.
amendment.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
yes,
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, now on the ordinance, as written.
Yes, Council President, I move to close the public hearing of ordinance number...
No,
We have-
wait 1 second, Councilman. Okay, Mr. Clerk, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none now, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I move to close the public hearing of ordinance number 67-4. Move for approval and request a second.
Second.
And just for the record, it's the ordinance as amended.
The ordinance as amended, yes.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
yes,
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. All right, we'll now move on to consent agenda items. All items listed with asterisks are considered to be routine by the city council and will be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member so requests. We have items 1 through 9. Okay. Okay, can we
Yes,
have a
Council
motion,
President, I move for approval of consent items 1 through 9 and request a second.
second,
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
yes,
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
please? Yes. Okay, we'll now move on to comments from members of the governing body. Okay, before we begin with Councilwoman Ormond, I'd just like to, on behalf of the entire city council, we would like to extend our heartfelt condolences to Fifth Ward Councilman Carlos Rivas and his wife Dayanara Rosada on the recent death of their beloved son, Ariel Rivas Rosada. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Rivas family at this very difficult time. At this time, the entire city council would also like to extend our condolences to the family or friends of the Narado family after the recent tragedy this weekend. May they all rest in peace. Okay, Councilwoman Ormond?
Okay, thank you, Council President. For my finance report, the budget review and finance, approval is requested for the following finance actions: the payment of bills totaling $3,146,730.23. Bills have been signed by the mayor, council president, and the finance chairwoman, and a detailed check register and vouchers are on file in the city clerk's office. We are in receipt of investments made by the city treasurer for the month of January at the rate of 3.1%. I move for approval and ask for a second, please.
second,
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell.
Yes.
Roman.
Yes.
Strano.
Yes.
Medina.
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Yes. Go ahead, Councilwoman.
Okay, so my transportation report. I hereby submit the monthly financial report from the Division of Transportation and Parking for the month of January 2023. This report includes the collection of on- and off-street parking meters, railroad parking lots, railroad parking permits, and merchant parking permits. Trenton site collections, $2,305. New York site collection, $1,891. Railroad credit card transactions, $29,494.82. Railroad permits, $212. Online railroad permits, $7,320. Parking meter collections, $8,488.50. Merchant permits, $5,625. The grand total, $55,336.32. And this is submitted by the Traffic Maintenance Supervisor, Tyrone L. Givens. Okay. Now for my ward report. There's not too much going on in the ward. It's been relatively calm for the most part, but I am going to have a few housekeeping issues towards the end. But first, I'd like to acknowledge that this is Black History Month. And as the resolution that I read earlier states, that there are a lot of contributions that African Americans have made, not only on a local, state, county, but federal level as well. The Linden Heritage and Cultural Committee did a series of interviews of African Americans who have made an impact in the city of Linden, ranging from political to athletics to educational, as well as the arts. The series can be seen on our public access channel, Channel 36 if you have Infinity, Channel 42 if you have Fios. We interviewed several, like I said, prominent people in the city of Linden, and you can honestly see some of the things that they have done, just like I said, to make an impact. We had Leon Devereaux, Muhammad Jalla, Mayor Armstead, Howie Whitmore, Lakia Blanca Carter, Shimona Patterson, and myself. This can be seen Monday and Wednesday, 11 a.m. and 7 p.m., Thursday at 9:30 p.m., a.m., Friday at 3:30, and Saturday and Sunday at 5 o'clock p.m. I'd like to give a special thank you to those that took the time out of their busy schedule to conduct the interviews, and a special thank you for the interviewees for taking the time to share with us and the city some of their successes. We are also in the process of preparing for Women's History Month, which technically starts March 1st. And we're going to have our annual Women's Tea that we've been having for the last couple of years, where we take the time to honor some very prominent and important women in our community as well as our county. Now, on not such a popular note, I just want to speak again that everyone must adhere to our rules and regulations pertaining to construction and getting permits. Whether it is a plumbing, electrical, or building permit, there is no exception. If you proceed with construction without a permit, we will stop you. Everyone is treated equally and fairly when it comes to the permits. We have several instances in my ward of non-compliance, and if you are a resident and you see something going on and there's no permit, feel free to call, and your call will be anonymous, and it will get reported to the proper people, whether it's our construction code or whether it's our Board of Health. We will make sure that it gets reported and it's anonymous. Also, we have a zero tolerance for boarding houses. You know, that seems to be the flavor of the month, you know. It's not tolerated here in the city of Linden. So if you do see it, please report it, and we will have the proper authorities come back in and check it out. And just like I said, on a note again, we are going to have a zero tolerance for not getting permits, zero tolerance. And I'd just like to wish everybody a wonderful spring. The weather's been absolutely great. We haven't had snow, so we haven't had any of those type of issues. And that ends my report, Council President.
Thank you, Councilwoman Ormond. Okay, Councilman Javits.
Yes, Council President. As chairman of the Fire Committee, the Fire Prevention Bureau collected the following monies during the month of January 2023. A total of $7,245.39. Regarding the Linden Fire Department ambulance billing, the amount of $80,264.06 for January are now added as our total deposits for 2023. Good evening, everybody. Recently, I received some calls from around Lexington Dog Park. I know people are loving it and using it all the time, but we have to go by the original parameters that were set. All parks close at 9 p.m. citywide, including dog parks. Please keep in mind this is a residential neighborhood, and you are the guest in that neighborhood. This year, I am the liaison of the newly formed Shade Tree Advisory Board. Anyone wanting trees planted on city property, which is between the sidewalk and the curb line, in front of your residence, please reach out to your ward councilman or councilwoman or myself so we can put together an updated list for future plantings. Recently, also in my ward on West Elizabeth Avenue, it's become the focus of Police Department Traffic Bureau. There is construction going on, people trying to cross the road, speeding taking place, extreme truck traffic, all the things of a mixed-use area. Please be cautious, responsive, and attuned to traveling on this road. And one last thing from our Board of Health, in response to recent events here in our community, we ensure awareness of local grief and loss support resources. In addition to private, one-on-one mental health professional counseling, there are a variety of other free or low-cost resources also, and we have posted this right to our City of Linden website under the Board of Health, or you can reach out to the Board of Health at 908-474-8409 for any more information. Also, in addition, upcoming events, February 23rd, the Linden Public Library is hosting a free vision screening to local residents, and the Health Department's outreach team will be there with information and resources on a variety of health-related topics. Advance registration is required. Please call the library at 908-298-3830, extension 34. And in May, the Board of Health is hosting 3 free rabies vaccination clinics. These clinics are open to all New Jersey residents as they are funded in part by dog licensing fees paid to all New Jersey municipalities. We have expanded our days and hours to make the clinics more convenient for the public. They will be held on Monday, May 1st, 3 to 5 p.m. at Fire Station Number 3 at 1205 Elizabeth Avenue, Wednesday, May 10th, 5 to 8 p.m. at Fire Station 1 at 302 Southwood Avenue, and Saturday, May 20th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Fire Station 2 at 302 West St. George Avenue. We encourage our residents and those in our surrounding communities to take advantage of these free rabies vaccination clinics that protect their pets, themselves, and their communities. In addition, I'd like to also thank our employees and everyone who were working on our new social services facility on St. George Avenue. It will be a greatly needed additional space in our city. I can be reached at 908-494-4608 or email me at bjavick@linden-newjersey.gov. On Facebook, Second Ward Councilman Barry Javick. As always, additional information can be found on our Linden website. Council President, end of report.
Thank you, Councilman Javin. Councilwoman Caldwell.
Thank you, Council President. Code and construction for the month of January 2023, 335 permits were issued, 61 certificates, and there was a total revenue for the month of January for $95,588. I have no updates for the IT. I would like to acknowledge Black History Month. Wishing everyone a happy Black History Month. I want to ask my neighbors in the 3rd Ward or whoever's driving through the third Ward to slow down. They're speeding. I mean, they're just, it's like the Autobahn in the 3rd Ward. They just have no regard. People are walking down the street, and I'm afraid someone's going to get hurt because people are speeding. I just need you to slow down in the third ward, especially around the PAL and Dobson Park, because we have so many kids coming in and out of the PAL. I want to thank Public Works for always responding to all my ward's needs, and even if I have to call for another area for someone else, I want to thank you, Jerry. I want to thank the fire department and the police department for working so hard and tirelessly over the last month. I just want to thank you, and I appreciate you. And I also want to tell my constituents that in April, I'm going to have a community meeting. It'll be posted on the website. My number is 908-531-0676. My email is mcaldwell@linden-newjersey.org, and you know you can always reach out to me via text, via email, or just call me. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman Caldwell. Okay, Councilman Mohammed is not here this evening from the Fourth Ward. He's excused, but he sent a report for me to read. Good evening, my dear friends and neighbors. Our Department of Community Services crews have been busy all around the city as usual. Here's what's been happening in the Fourth Ward. 7 trees have been trimmed back. 1 large oak is scheduled for removal. Multiple potholes have been filled. Dangerous sidewalk slabs have been removed to eliminate tripping hazards until new walks will be poured in the spring. I would like to thank our Division of Public Works for their diligence and timely response to all my requests. Stay warm, my friends, and continue to reach out to me with any and all questions or concerns. And that was from Councilman Mohammed from the Fourth Ward. Also, as I mentioned earlier, Councilman Rivas is not here this evening, but I'd like to mention that during this time of bereavement for Councilman Rivas, I encourage Fifth Ward residents who may need assistance or have questions to please call me, the council president, at 908-494-0880 or email me at myamakaitis@lindennj.gov. That's on the website. If you go to the council page, you'll see it there. Click the tab and you can email me directly. I will be more than happy to assist you during this time, and I will be keeping a communication log for Councilman Rivas so he will be able to follow up with his Fifth Ward residents who may reach out. Okay? Thank you. All right, Councilman Roman, we'll move on to you.
Thank you, Council President. Good evening. I'm going to have a short report, short by my standards. The ordinance on Pleasant Street, implementing several thousand, basically thousands of feet of no stopping, no standing, has been very effective. Appreciate everyone that helped me pass it, this council, and the police who have been out there enforcing it. The trucks are no longer in these trouble areas near Rebecca, and it's really been very helpful. They're not there any time of the day, so thank you. It's working well. In regards to trees and sidewalks, please consider calling me on these. As spring starts to bloom, I'll be doing my normal check of the neighborhood. Our normal trouble areas where brush or grass ends up growing. We have a lot of city-maintained areas in the 6th Ward, and if you do not get to those early in March and April and let them go through the year, it is almost impossible to cut them by midsummer. So it's really important that we get to them early, and I will be doing that. But if there are any other issues, trees, sidewalks, whatever, please call me and let me know about those. Diane, I appreciate you letting me know about the water main break the other day. We had that taken care of right outside your house very quickly. And it goes for any residents that let me know if something happens, like a water main break or anything. The sooner we get to it, the sooner we'll be able to fix it. And we were able to fix a water main break in a mere couple hours because of quick reaction time. Regarding Wheeler Park, which is the county's park in the 6th Ward, I'll be walking through early next week to get a handle on some of those problem areas. They're mostly brush issues. However, there's been a huge problem with litter on our brand new field that the county built for us. I say built for us because even though it's a county facility and it's eligible for use by anyone in the world, the field at Wheeler is almost exclusively used by Linden Recreation, Linden Youth Soccer Association, St. Teresa's, and a few various other groups. It's a mess, and we constantly are getting pictures and videos posted on Facebook of how messy it is at the end of the day every night. So we need to do better, and I will work with the county and our county commissioners to implement new procedures on the field if we have to in order to use the field if this problem is not able to be rectified. Road work on Stiles at Wheeler Park. I appreciate everyone. I don't know if you've driven on near Wheeler Park on South Stiles Street recently, but there is a pothole because of a road failure there that could literally swallow your car for quite some time. It was taken care of by the developer who did the work as a warranty, I believe, and I appreciate Alex Laspinosa and Jerry Bishop for taking care of that and applying the pressure to get those who were responsible to do it so it didn't come out of your dime, the taxpayer. Hampton Street. There's going to be a lot of work being done regarding water mains, utility work essentially on Hampton and Smith, and I'm excited to be able to report that sooner or later we're going to be able to almost fully reconstruct those streets. If you know Hampton and Smith, it is notoriously, at least the locals there will say that they're the forgotten part of the city. They never get the services because they are all by themselves. However, since I took this seat, I try to make it as a large mission of mine to make sure that they get what they need. And Hampton is going to get curbs at some point and be redone, and so is Smith. So I'm excited about that prospect. Get the water flowing so it doesn't sit there. And it'll be a huge upgrade for the area. So it's something we're working on in engineering and on this council now. I'm excited about it. So my phone number is 908-494-5784. And one personal note about the tragedies. I know that we're not supposed to talk individually about it, but if you have any issues or you think that your children need to talk to someone, please call our health department. They have great resources for you to talk to someone and get the help that you may need. So thank you, Council President. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman Roman, and I'd like to also congratulate you on your upcoming nuptials,
Thank you,
as
Council
well
President.
as you're going to be a daddy also. Nice little baby girl, so congratulations.
Thank you, Council President. Appreciate it. June will be here very quickly.
Before you know it, right?
Thank you, Council President. I will be getting married on March 11th in our church, St. Elizabeth's, right down the street. And March 11th, 2 p.m., anyone's invited. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Councilman Strano.
Thanks, Council President. I might need a little extra time. There's a lengthy personnel report,
Okay.
and I do have some items for my my ward report. But we'll start off with the personnel report. In the Treasury Department, we're amending the hire date of Elena Villahermosa, Principal Payroll Clerk, to February 21st of 2023. And then we go into the Police Department. We're approving the promotion of Lieutenant Rick Bachman to the position of Police Captain effective March 1st, 2023, at the salary of $173,727. B is approving the promotion of Sergeant Martin Jazewski to Police Lieutenant effective March 1st, 2023, at the salary of $143,761. Approving the promotion of Detective Michael Rizzo to Police Sergeant effective March 1st, 2023, at the salary of $122,626. Approving the stipend in the amount of $4,500 for Alea Bishop for taking over OEM duties and responsibilities due to Kathy Colgan's retirement. E is approving the stipend in the amount of $4,500 for Stephanie Furschwanger for taking over the OEM duties and responsibilities due to Kathy Colgan's retirement. And F is approving the appointment of Tony C. Frino as a telecommunications operator trainee at the rate of $42,000, subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements effective February 24th, 2023. G is approving the appointment of Stephanie Kubala as a telecommunications operator trainee at the rate of $42,000, subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements effective February 24th, 2023. H is approving the resignation in good standing of Police Officer Johnny Nevis effective February 16th of 2023. And I is rescinding the appointment of Carmine Lancelletti, Special Law Enforcement Officer 3. 3, in the Community Services, approving the resignation in good standing of Jason Pettaway, laborer, Public Works, effective February 11th of 2023. B is approving the appointment of Joshua Reyes, laborer, Public Works, effective March 1st, 2023, at the annual rate of $18 per hour, subject to successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. C is approving the resignation in good standing of Joseph Capolet Jr., truck driver, Public Works, effective January 30th of 2023. D is approving the posting of the position of truck driver, Public Works, at the 2023 salary range for said position. E is approving the posting for the position of a diesel mechanic, Public Works, at the 2023 salary range for said position. F is approving the seasonal list for a division of Public Works, which is on file in the city clerk's office. G is approving the resignation in good standing of Jonathan Morak, mechanic, effective March 3rd, 2023. H is approving the posting for the position of a mechanic, Public Works, at the 2023 salary range for the said position. 4, in Construction Code, is approving the appointment of Anita Podelko, Clerk 1, effective March 1st, 2023, at the annual salary of $34,548, pending successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. 5 is in the Division of Recreation, approving the seasonal list which is on file in the city clerk's office. B is approving the title change of Megan Martin Ortiz to the Recreation Supervisor, which will be effective March 1st, 2023, at the annual salary of $81,523. C is approving the change in title of Lance Jackson to Recreation Program Specialist, effective March 1st, 2023, at the annual salary of $74,357. D is approving the change in the title of Brooks Crawford to Recreation Program Specialist, effective March 1st, 2023, at the annual salary of $60,000. He is approving the change in compensation for Bradley Crienzo, Recreation Leader, to the annual salary of $65,175, effective March 1st, 2023. F is approve the change in title of Brandley Cadet to Recreation Program Coordinator, effective March 1st, 2023, at the annual salary of $41,500. G is approving the change in title of Sybil Speck to Clerk 4, effective March 1st, 2023, at the annual salary of $65,070. H is approving the lateral change in title of Sasquia Carrillo to a bilingual Clerk 1, effective March 1st, 2023, at the annual salary of $40,500. I is approving the change in compensation method to full-time for Belinda McKee, Clerk 1, at the annual salary of $34,548. J is approving the increase in hours of Gregory D. Parker, Recreation Aide, to not exceed 25 hours per week at the annual rate of $15 per hour. K is approving the appointment of Valerie Graham, Recreation Leader, at the annual rate of $22 per hour, not to exceed 25 hours per week, subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. And L is approving the appointment of Stephen Campbell, Recreation Aide, at the annual rate of $15 per hour, not to exceed 25 hours per week, subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. M is approving the appointment of Eric Doss, a Recreation Aide, at the annual rate of $15 an hour, not to exceed 25 hours per week, and subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. And is approving the appointment of Brandon George, a Recreation Aide, at the annual rate of $15 per hour, not to exceed 25 hours per week, subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. O is approving the appointment of Calif Crawford, Recreation Aide, at the annual rate of $15 per hour, not to exceed 25 hours per week, subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. And Q is approving the posting for the position of a Clerk 1 part-time at the 2023 salary range for the said position. 6, in the Office of the Tax Assessor, approving a change in compensation for Lamari Cintron, Clerk 1, to $40,500, effective March 1st in 2023. The Interpersonnel Department's approval of the following FMLA, NJFLA leave, which are on file in the Division of Personnel, and list is on file in the Personnel Division. Move for approval of this report and request a second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Yes. I know. At this, Councilman Strano, before you go on with your report, I'd like to ask all our newly promoted officers to please stand. Let me acknowledge, on behalf of council and the mayor, we'd like to congratulate you.
Steal my report.
And also at this time, I'd like to acknowledge our former chief, Joe Rizzo, Fire Chief Joe Rizzo's here in the house. Welcome back, Chief.
How you doing, Chief?
He was, when I was fire chair, he was my chief for many years. Good to see you, Chief.
So congratulations to those individuals as well, and I'd like to really, I know they left already, but I want to congratulate Philip Salick and Peter Jarzab. I know they swim on a team, but when they're in that pool in their lane, it's them and them alone, you know, and it's something but grit and determination to beat out the competition. I just, it makes my heart swell, man. That's great. I just, you know, really appreciate, you know, people who have individual efforts and put it all out there. And if we haven't approved it already in our consent agenda, I want to congratulate Captain Don Geisheimer, Police Officer Philip Marcus, and longtime employee, a great gal, Kathy Colgan in the fire department on their recent retirement, or they will be retiring as of March 1st. Great career. It's been a sad past couple of weeks here in Linden, and I hate to drag us through it again, but I have to mention this. Sadly, we lost one of my neighbors, Karen Mima, died suddenly last week. She was always greeting you with a smile. She was a fabulous wife, mother, 3 children, one of who was a young lady, Abigail, that just graduated Marine boot camp, and one of Linden's great ROTC students. It's just great. She was only 58 years old. Died suddenly. My condolences go out to her family. She'll be missed too. She always had a smile for you. In addition, 2 weeks ago we lost a good friend and a friend to many in Linden, a local business owner. Mark Chodak owned Elizabeth Marine on Roselle Street. I'm sure anybody had anything to do with boats or knew him well. Great guy, honest to a fault if that's possible, and he will be missed, and my condolences go out to his family as well. Back to my ward, in the 7th Ward, the work continues in the Memorial Park ball fields. Fencing's nearly completed with only equipment access that remains open so they can get the, you know, heavy equipment in and out of the fields. Our senior city engineer mentioned earlier that they've already put down the concrete pads for the new bleachers and the new walkways, and as that progresses, you know, it'll continue to bring updates. I'm looking forward to a great-looking park this spring. Range Road, which is the access road to our police pistol range, and access road to Hawk Rise, and also the access to our Friends of Linden Animal Shelter facility is finally crossed the starting line for construction of the new culvert where the steel plates have been down for, I think, the last 10 years. Mercical Excavating Company has been awarded the contract as the lowest responsible bidder, and hopefully that project will be completed by the summer. I'm looking forward to that, and that's the end of my report for this evening, Council President. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Strano. Councilman Medina.
Thank you, Council President. Good evening, everyone. Kind of alone over here on this side of the dais, but I have a quick report, and I echo Councilman Strano. It's been a tough past couple of weeks, and with the recent events, I haven't been able to sleep well, but again, just prayers for those families. Real quick, I just want to thank the police department. We had some speeding issues, some concerns in the 9th Ward. I was able to obtain information and provide that to the police department. And with that information, they were able to enforce Orchard Terrace and catch individuals with bad driving behavior. So I want to thank them again. They actually came out. They did what was promised. They did, and they did it diligently. So I thank them again. Also, I submitted a request for some enforcing on Princeton and DeWitt Terrace. And I reached out to the borough of Roselle, and I spoke to their captain there on enforcing Northwood Avenue. We just have too much foot traffic on Wood Avenue. Northwood Avenue, not to really pay attention there in the morning and in the afternoon rush hours. So hopefully more to come on that. I did also reach out to the counties to help out with Raritan Road. Those are the biggest issues for the 9th Ward and the 10th Ward. It's just really the speeding and the bad driving behavior and the patterns. We are addressing the school bus issues. We are taking a proactive approach. Captain Gunther, Traffic Division with Sergeant Oliveira, Lieutenant Conk, we did meet with the bus operators, and we are trying to curb the amount of stops that these school buses make within the community. So more to come on that, more information, and we're hoping to have something in place hopefully by the end of April, if not maybe sooner. Lastly, just want to thank the police department again and the mayor and also council president for the meeting last week that we had at the JTG Center. I think that was a very, very productive meeting. A lot of residents came out, shared some concerns. We talked about a lot of different things. And I think that's something that we should do on a quarterly basis or when schedule is permitted. But again, great event. I believe also, I hope I didn't miss anyone, but everyone that attended from the city and whatnot, please, a big thank you. That was worth the time just to really engage the residents. Besides that, anyone need to reach me, I'm available, 908-986-6100, or you can email me at amedina@linden-nj.gov. Text me, email me, call me, and I will make sure to get back to you with any concerns. That concludes our report, Council President. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Medina. Okay, we'll now move on to resolutions, beginning with resolutions 2023-91 through 2023-136. Okay, can we have a motion, please?
I make a motion to move resolutions 2023-91 to 2023-136 and ask for a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Roman?
Council President, if I may, just a moment. There was one I was concerned about. Thank you, Jeff. Yes. Thank you, Council President. Joe, that was a yes for all.
Okay, yes. Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinances on first reading. Going to begin with ordinance 67-5.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 2, Administration of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Chapter 2, Administration, Article 7, Boards, Committees, and Commissions is hereby amended and supplemented. Add new 2-68 Emergency Management Council as follows. Section 1, 2-68 Emergency Management Council.
Okay, could we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 67-5, please?
Yes, Council President, I move for introduction of ordinance number 67-5 and request a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 67-6, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 3, Police Regulations of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, Chapter 3, Police Regulations, Section 3-23.3, Towing and Storage, Schedule of Services and Fees shall be and the same is hereby amended as follows. Delete Section 3-23.3 in its entirety and add new Section 3-23.3 as follows. Schedule of Services and Fees.
Okay, could we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 67-6, please?
Yes, Council President, I move for introduction of ordinance number 67-6 and request a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes?
Caldwell? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 67-7, please.
An ordinance establishing calendar year 2023 Cat Bank.
Okay, could we have a motion for introduction, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance 67-7 and ask for a second, please.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes?
Caldwell?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 67-8, please.
Bond ordinance amending bond ordinance number 66-30, finally adopted by the City Council of the City of Linden, New Jersey on May 17th, 2022.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 67-8, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance 67-8 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes?
Caldwell?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 67-9.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $594,550 for various capital acquisitions and improvements for the Division of Public Works and authorizing the issuance of $564,822 in bonds or notes for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 67-9, please?
I move to introduce ordinance number 67-9 and ask for a second.
Second?
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes?
Caldwell?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 67-10, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $55,000 for the master plan for various city parks for the City of Linden and authorizing the issuance of $52,250 in bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 67-10, please?
I make a motion to introduce ordinance 67-10 and ask for a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes?
Caldwell?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 67-11.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $1,985,500 for the acquisition of a tower ladder with equipment for the fire department for and by the City of Linden, and authorizing the issuance of $1,886,225 in bonds or notes for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 67-11, please?
Yes, Council President, I move for introduction of ordinance number 67-11 and request a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes?
Caldwell?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 67-12, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, Chapter 7 Traffic shall be and the same is hereby amended as follows. 7-33 Handicap Parking Regulations, 7-33.1A Handicap Parking on Street, add 1124 Hollywood Road, 1 space.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 67-12, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to move ordinance number 67-12 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes?
Caldwell?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 67-13.
An ordinance adopting an amended redevelopment plan entitled Redevelopment Plan Block 309, Lots 1, 2, 3, 21, and 22, DeWitt Terrace, and St. George Avenue pursuant to the local redevelopment and housing law, NJSA 40A-1 at sequence.
Okay, could we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 67-13, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to move motion 67-13 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 67-14, please.
An ordinance approving the application for a long-term tax exemption and authorizing the execution of a financial agreement with Structured Operations Urban Renewal LLC.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 67-14, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance 67-14 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Roman?
No.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 67-15, please.
Yes, Council President, I make a motion for the introduction of ordinance 67-15 and request a second.
Did you guys steal my job, Armando?
I'm so sorry, everyone.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $1,241,900 for various capital improvements for the Division of Transportation and Properties, and authorizing the issuance of $1,179,805 in bonds or notes for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, could we have a motion for introduction, please?
Again, apologies for that. Council President, I make a motion for the introduction of ordinance 67-15 and request a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakaitis?
Oh, 6,
Yes.
you see, I see it. I
Okay,
missed 2
we'll
or
now
3.
move on to comments from members of the public in attendance on city business. Okay. All right, we had nobody sign in on the sheets. Okay. All right. Can we have a motion to close the public comment portion of the meeting, please?
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to close the public portion and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakaitis?
Yes. Okay, comments from members of the governing body? Does anyone from the governing body wish to speak? Okay, all right.
I just want to say congratulations on your nuptials, Councilman
Thank you,
Roman,
Monique.
and your new bundle of joy.
Thank you.
You'll have a lot of sleepless nights.
I appreciate
Get
that.
your sleep
It'll be a
now.
busy summer.
Okay, thank you, Councilwoman.
This guy knows what I'm talking
Ford.
about.
Well, okay, Councilman Javik?
Yes, Council President, I just want to say congratulations on all the promotions and retirements, and congratulations to Councilman Roman.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Councilwoman Ormond?
Yes, congratulations, Councilman Roman, on both the upcoming nuptials and the birth of your baby girl. I'd like to also just read a little bit of information, a little notation for Black History Month. It came across my attention that everyone doesn't understand or know what the kente cloth is that we're wearing today. So I want to thank Council President Michelle Yamakaitis for bringing these again, like she did last year, so we can display the kente cloth for Black History Month. Kente cloth comes from a textile practice that originated in Ghana centuries ago. The fabric has come to symbolize cultural affiliations from West Africa. The weaving of kente cloth is a cultural tradition of the Asante people, and these fabrics were originally used exclusively to dress kings and their courts. So this is royal fabric. Each block and pattern has a different and distinct name and meaning, and the cloth often includes symbols which represents concepts or sayings. So for all who don't know, this is royalty. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Anyone else? Okay. The next council meeting will be as follows. Council conference meeting Monday, March 20th, 2023 at 6 p.m. in the council chambers, City Hall.
Not good, but.
Okay. Council conference meeting prior to the council meeting Tuesday, March 21st at 6 p.m. in the council chambers, City Hall. Council meeting Tuesday, March 21st, at 7 p.m. in the council chambers, City Hall. These meetings will be held in person. Okay, could we have a motion to adjourn, please?
Motion to adjourn?
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes?
Caldwell? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Have a good evening, everyone.
That's what I'm talking about.